Next night, we're going to hear from my After 11 guest. Now, over Christmas, Zach Perry was shaking with rage at one point as he lifted a 19-stone log above his head. 19 stone. He was doing this in memory of his mum, who was showing her that he'd finally accepted there was no way of bringing her back. Julie Perry died in June 2014. She was addicted to alcohol, but had been managing to hide it from her family and friends. Now, this has taken Zach down an interesting route, involving weights and hopefully raising lots of money. Zach joins me on the line right now. Zach Perry, a very good evening to you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much indeed for joining me tonight, taking some time out to tell us your story and about your mum. What was your mum like, first of all, Zach, as a person? How would you describe your mum?
Well, she was pretty much a stereotypical Yorkshire woman. That's all I can really describe her. She was a strong, inspirational woman for me. I told her everything that a son shouldn't really tell a mother, but I bestowed a lot into her and trusted her everything. She had fair judgment. She meant the world to me, and she meant the world to a lot of other people, family and friends. She was well loved in the community, and like I said, just a strong, all-round person. Really strong. Would do anything for anybody.
And she was only in her late 40s, wasn't she, when you sadly lost her? How did you find out your mum had a problem with alcohol in the first place?
Well, my mother, she used to sleep downstairs on the floor. She had spinal arthritis. Her back was deteriorating. She had numerous surgeries to try and fix it, and her spine was just eroding, just crumbling away. So the drugs that she given weren't strong enough for her, so she turned to the drink to try and cope with that. My grandfather, he passed away from exactly the same alcohol abuse, and my mum never got over that. She loved him to death, like I am with my mum. She meant the world to him, and she just couldn't cope, so she turned to the drink to try and deal with it. It wouldn't work, so she'd drink more, and I noticed it on a morning and an evening when she were alone. She slept downstairs, so my father upstairs out the way. She could just drink whatever she wanted, and nobody would be the wiser.
And she was doing exactly what many functioning alcoholics do, right? Managing to hide it from family and friends, as you say. So nobody suspected anything.
No, you wouldn't have guessed. She just got on with things as she did. It was just on the morning or an evening and afternoon. She'd have a crafty drink. She used to drink cranberry juice and vodka to try and hide the smell and thing. But I knew exactly what she was doing. I'm not stupid. I saw exactly what she was doing.
So how did you? You knew something was going on. How did you intervene, as it were? What were you doing? How were you trying to help?
There was nothing really, because she was very sneaky with how she hid it. Yeah. I used to take her to the garage, and she says, I'm just popping up for a pint of milk and things. Right. And she went for a bottle of vodka, because I could see it. She used to hide it in her bag, so obviously I'd have a look in her bag and see what it is, and it was a bottle of vodka. Then I'd have a go at her, then she'd cry, and then my dad would have a go at me for making my mum cry, because he loved her. And it was just a vicious circle, and it was just like they were talking into the wind. There was nothing that I could do. I couldn't physically tell every store to block it, every person to not sell my mum vodka. 'Cause there's that many, like I said, there's that many shops that sell it, and it's just a normal product you can buy off the shelf, and it causes so much damage when it's abused.
Absolutely. So where do you go with this then? So she's not receptive to offers of help.
No, she was very stubborn.
Could you even just get her to see a doctor at least?
She wouldn't. For example, because her spine were eroding, I think she used to trip up all the time. She got offered a mobility scooter, like you see with them that ride about on Benidorm on TV show. She didn't want to be seen like that. She saw it as a weakness in herself. She wanted to be proud and strong. She just wouldn't listen. It were her way or no way.
And whilst all this was going on with your mum, how was your own health?
I just come out of a bad relationship with the wife I was with, and I piled on loads of weight. I got up to, I think, 23 stone, and that was just pure fatness. I was just a disgrace. And then obviously I moved back in with parents. I started to look after my son because I was available and single and things, as you do. And I dropped down to 16 stone within 5 months. I was eating healthy, the gym every day, running, exercise, boxing, you name it, anything I could do to get slim again. I did. And then that's when my mum passed away, when I was at my peak, and that's when I took a turn for the worst, and I started binge eating, binge drinking, energy drinks, full fat drinks, anything I could eat, I'd eat, because I just did not care. I'd lost the one person that meant the world to me, so I just didn't care. I really didn't care.
Wow. Oh.
And then I shot back up to 23 stone again within like space for a couple of weeks. It were bad.
Now, of course, you've turned the corner and you've turned the fat to muscle, or very much in the process of doing so. We're gonna continue to hear what happened from that point in just a few moments, because I'm going to take a break for some music right now, Zach. But afterwards, I'd like to talk about you coming to terms with the loss of your mum and where that's taken you. And hopefully, you're going to raise lots and lots of money for charity. We'll be back with Zach Perry here on the BBC Across the Midlands after this. I'm talking to Zach Perry tonight about the loss of his beloved mum, Julie, how he handled the situation and where it's taking him now. So, Zach, your mum lost her battle with alcohol in June 2014. She was only in her late 40s. And obviously devastating for you and the rest of the family. Just take me through the impact it had on you, mentally and physically.
Mentally, basically, I felt like I lost my best friend, which I did. I tend to keep things close to. I only have certain people that I can trust with things I want to tell them, because I've got really good judge of character. Well, I hope I have. And obviously, with losing my mum, I just felt alone. Even though I had a partner at the time, it wasn't the person that I wanted. I wanted my mum. Even though I was 20 at the time and a big lad, no, beats a mum cuddle, I'm afraid. Everybody needs one. She meant the world to me, and obviously when I lost her, I lost myself. I lost all confidence in myself, started eating. I would just turn blind to family and my own family. Just started to just turn a blind eye to everything and really didn't care. I never felt so low in my life. Really didn't.
Wow. And so, go on.
Sorry.
No, do continue.
It's just the silly things. I mean, people who have been through it, they'll understand. It's the things that you really don't want to talk about and you really don't want to see. I mean, I didn't want to be the age I was, that young, picking out a coffin for my mum and seeing that and seeing my mum there, putting her in the grave and lowering my flower, and that was the final bye, and still expecting to see her the next day walking down the street and that's for pipping me on and waving, and then not being able to see that. I still, to this day, when I drive down, think I'd see her walk by, and I never do. And it's just heartbreaking.
Oh, Zach, it really is. It really is.
It really is.
I guess this time of year particularly difficult, right? Have you been okay through Christmas?
Not really.
Oh.
She loved Christmas.
Yeah.
When I was young, she used to put on Christmas songs. She had a vinyl record that my granddad gave her. It was a brass Mexican Christmas, and it was just trumpets and brass playing Christmas songs. She used to play that, putting up in the old-fashioned trimmings, dressing the tree. She was always the first one to put the tree on the street. She'd have competition with the neighbours to make the best window display, and by far she won. She loved Christmas. She really did, even down to making the sausage rolls. So we had sausage rolls and vol au vents for Christmas. She loved it. The stage in between then and now, I didn't really like Christmas for the reason that I just hated it. But now I celebrate it in honour of her and for my kids.
Yeah.
As long as my kids are happy and I keep a memory going and telling them about Nanan.
Yeah.
That's all I can do for them. With being so young, just keep reminding them that Nanan loved Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, that's really nice. Now, you have turned the corner from that low point, and I understand it was it towards the end of last year when a friend introduced you to something?
It was 7 months ago. It's been 7 months and I've changed a hell of a lot.
Wow. All right, take me back to that point 7 months ago. What happened? What did this friend introduce you to?
The turning point was a friend called Neil Cheeseman. He's a really sound guy, a lovely guy. He introduced me to Strongman as like a scapegoat to try and concentrate on something and really push myself.
Right.
And at that point, he told me to enter a competition at the time, which was TSG's Strongest Novice in Sheffield.
Right.
And I thought I could do this on my mum. I could raise money for Drink Aware. I could get sponsorship. I could really push it, gain public awareness, get in the papers, do whatever it takes just to show other people that there's ways out of this hole that you dig yourself in when losing a partner, a mother, a child, or anything like that to some kind of substance or anything. There's always a way out. You just need to dig deep, pull your trousers up, and just grin and bear it and get on with it. There's always a way out. And like I said, my scapegoat was Strongman, which was 7 months ago.
Right.
And obviously that's when I started my fitness. I was 21, 22 stone. I dropped down to 19 stone with dieting and training, and then 7 months in, I'm nearly touching 22 stone, and I'm huge. My body has changed ridiculously, and that's
huge in a positive way this time, right?
In a positive way,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've still got a bit of chub, but that's where I rest my weights.
Right.
I need a shelf to rest them on when I'm lifting.
Absolutely. So basically, in 7 months, you've gone from that awful low point to basically Zach the Strongman, right?
I feel on top of the world. I have never felt so proud of myself. I mean, it was a couple of days ago. It was the first time I'd ever had a proper drink in 2 years, because prior to that, it made me feel sick, just the thought in it. And why are you doing it? This is what your mother died from. Right. Why are you doing it? Yeah. And then I actually had a pint, and as cheesy as it sounds, I raised it up and I said, "This is for you, Mum."
No, that's not
cheesy.
That's not cheesy at all. That must have been an incredible moment. And it shows that you really have mentally as well as physically turned that corner now, haven't you?
Yeah, and it never tasted so good. That first pint never tasted so good. And because I've not really been out in the public for a while, or in the area, because we're moving and changing and things, I ought to see people again. And the amount of people that are just amazed at what I do and why I'm doing, and saying they donate, they watch my YouTube videos and my vlogs, and they're so inspiring and things, because I never hear it in person. Yeah. And then it chokes you up. I was really choked up because I never see anything. It's like, well, why am I doing it? And nobody seems to care, and then you get it all at once, and I was just overwhelmed. I felt like a local celebrity.
Yeah, because you are, and that's why you're on the radio tonight, having a chat with me, as well as we're going to get to the point in a minute, as well as trying to raise some money. Before that, though, I mentioned in the introduction this log, 19 stone object. Was it 19 stone that you lifted above your head at Christmas? Was it a push and pull event going on?
Yeah, it's called the Christmas push and pull. A lot of strongman gyms do it. What it is, it's your maximum push, which is your overhead press, which could be either an axle or a log. Right. It looks near enough like a log. And then you've got your max deadlift, so whatever you can pull off the floor to your waist, lock out, if you know what a deadlift is. I'd failed a 270 kilo deadlift, which is nearly 40 stone. I got it to my knees, and my little girl were watching me and cheering me on, but it got to the point where I had to let go, otherwise I would have passed out.
Right.
I popped all my blood vessels in my face. I was looking at the bar and physically shaking with rage, trying to psych myself up to lift it, because it's a big weight. Only 7 months in. Yeah. And then my log, I never did a 120 kilo log. The most I could lift above my head were, I know it still sounds heavy, like 100 kilo. And then I did 120, which is 15 kilo lighter than me. So I can nearly pick myself above my head.
Whoa. That is impressive. And that's when you were what, shaking with rage? And were you thinking in your mind you were doing it for Mum?
Every time I lift, every time I train, if I can't pick it up, I feel like I've let my mother down. So I can't. I have got to pick it up, whatever it is. If it's to pick up a car, pull a truck, pick up a boulder. If I don't pick it up, I just get filled with rage, because I feel like I've let my mother down, and I've got to pick it up, whatever it takes. So that's what I'm aiming for, and eventually be Britain's strongest man. One day, if it takes 5 years, I will do it.
Do you know what? You will. I know you will. By the sounds of it, you are determined, and your mum's going to help you. I know it. Yeah, your mum's she's looking down, and she's sending you that determination that I can hear through your voice. I know it, and this is amazing. So tell me about this journey towards your ultimate goal of becoming Britain's strongest man. There's a Facebook page, right?
I've got a Facebook page, it's Strongman UK 2016. If you Google it, you can find plenty on Google now. I've got a YouTube channel. Brilliant. Where I document my journey. I've got an actual official website for it now. I've actually got a domain. It's www.strongmanuk2016.com, and that links directly to my YouTube channel, and you can find my Facebook, my donation page, which is GoFundMe.com/Zach Perry. Even if it's £1 or 50p, it's all going to a good cause. Yeah. Every little helps, I mean, anything I'll do. Same with suppliers, because I am thinking of running a charity strongman event on myself and actually me host it and introduce people to the sport, get kids involved, get parents involved, talk about drinking, and I need a venue. That's the hardest thing to find, is a venue.
Okay.
They'll host me. I've got the equipment, I've got a judge, I've got as much advice as I need. I mean, Eddie Hall, the UK's strongest man for 6 years running, if I need advice, he messages me, he talks to me. He is a nice guy.
Brilliant.
He's an amazing guy.
Okay, so quite a lot of information there. Strongmanuk2016.com is the website, and that's basically the go-to point, because then we can get everything in one place, right? But on Facebook, Strongman UK 2016, and the really, really important one is that page you mentioned to raise money. Tell me about that one more time.
It's www.gofundme.com/Zach Perry. And again, if you want to message me on that, I've got T-shirts as well, just as a thank you. If you donate £15, you'll get a T-shirt.
Brilliant.
And I'll post that as well, no charge, it's free.
And if anyone can help you out with sponsorship, really, isn't it? And a venue, as you were saying, like you were saying.
Anything I can help promote their business, if it's supplements, a protein shake, a T-shirt, anything. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'll do whatever it takes just to raise awareness for this. Because at the end of the day, I don't want it for me. I just want it for my mother. That's all I want. I just want her looking down proud and knowing that I've done this in honour of her and I've made a difference. Oh,
it sounds like you're making an incredible difference already, and you've clearly turned it around for yourself, haven't you? And now you're going to, by the sounds of it, be helping, hopefully, an awful lot of other people, as well as becoming Britain's strongest man at some point in the future.
Yeah,
Zach, it's been amazing hearing your story tonight. Thank you very much indeed for taking time out and sharing it with us.
No worries, thank you very much for having me, and thank you.
No, well, thank you, and all the very best for the future. Cheers, Zach.
Thank you.